Are you ready to promote your vision and reach your target audience? IndustryBuzzWith3Zs.com is the platform for your vision to be heard. For more information on how to advertise or become a special guest on our radio show, go to IndustryBuzzWith3Zs.com. Click on IB Race for more information. We're looking forward to expanding your vision. IndustryBuzzWith3Zs.com.
I'm not going to waste a lot of time. But I'm going to tell you about my life. No, I'm just messing. So, do me a favor, join me in giving a big Chicago welcome to Grammy nominee and Soul Train Award winner, Angie Stone. Okay, we're going to get right in here and start from the beginning. We're going to talk to Angie about, growing up in South Carolina. Okay. Tell us a little bit about growing up in South Carolina. Going to church at, I got to put my glasses on. I can't see that. I don't know why I'm lying. I know it says that, but I can't see it. That's what it says. So tell us a little bit about that.
I'm an only child. Thanks. And I grew up with two parents that lost their parents very early in life. My dad was a taxi cab driver. Well, actually, he was a football player when I was conceived, but my mom ended up putting herself through school after her mother died when she was in the 9th grade. Her father had been killed 3 years earlier. She had to raise her brother, and all of the siblings were split up pretty much. So when I came along, my dad wanted to make sure that we did not have a broken home. So up until 6 months ago, my dad was with us. My dad passed away 6 months ago, which is where the title of the album, Unexpected, came from. I've had an overwhelming day, guys. It's been from top to bottom. I haven't eaten yet. But I'm good, you know, I'm good. But my experience with doing this album was very, very intense because my dad passed away unexpectedly. And I was right there when he left the world. Growing up in South Carolina with him as a mentor, with both my parents proving that perseverance and faith in God was going to bring them to this place. I was able to, by the time I was 24, retire my parents. So I have been taking care of my parents now for close to 30 years. My biggest dream was that my dad would one day see me win a Grammy or see me just excel, because their lives were cut so short as a result of my birth. And for a long time I went on feeling like I owed it to my dad. Was the #1 quarterback for Booker T. Washington High School in the state of South Carolina to this day. And he had the talent to go very far, but because of how he was raised, he said no. I had a baby very young, so my dad left school in the 12th grade, went out and got a job, and henceforth found a home for his new family. And he never went back to school, he stayed there. But I have to tell you, was one of the most brilliant people I've ever known, and instilled all the values that I have and what you hear in my music. He actually coined the phrase, "No more rain in this cloud." My dad, if you have ever heard the story before, I used to ask my dad for a quarter. And he used to say, ain't no rain in this cloud, as a little girl. And I told my dad, one day I'm going to write a song. And I credited my father for the song. I didn't get any percentage, even though I wrote the song and produced the song. I gave it to the original writers that did it for Gladys Knight and the Pip, and what was left I gave to my dad. So with that being said, my upbringing has been nothing but fruitful. I was a cheerleader. I was a captain of the cheerleaders in high school. I was a basketball player. I was a point guard. I was #1 in the state for assists and #2 for free throws. I had 3 scholarships when I had my first gold record. And it was the toughest decision of my life. Do I go to college or do I go straight to my career? So, you know, just like some people get drafted straight into the NBA, I took the shot being from Columbia, South Carolina, to walk out on faith, knowing that God had instilled some good stuff in me. I went to Upward Bound. I don't know how many of you ever heard of it. So God gave me a taste of what college life was in the 6th grade, from the 6th to the 8th grade. And my original dream was to be a minister. And I studied ministry in Upward Bound. And like I said, the doors would open for me to do music, and the whisper came from an angel that God sent that said, your ministry is in your music. So you have to touch people through your music, which is what I've been doing for 30 years now. I started out with a group called The Sequence back in the day.
Yeah, but wait a minute. You're not supposed to be going to these places I ain't got to yet.
Well, you asked me about my humble beginnings. Okay.
We're going to get there.
Okay.
We ain't ready to go there.
Okay.
Okay. So...